Times are tough for thousands of ordinary Australians who are battling to keep their homes. Higher interest rates have left many struggling to meet their mortgage payments. But while they face losing everything, some investors are being accused of profiting from their misery. Howard Gibbs reports.
Sold. Well done, madam.
Have you ever had to worry about, whether you'd be able to keep the house or not?
Yeah.
What would happen?
Foreclosure, innit?
Are you having trouble?
Yes.
There's a lot of fear, pain and struggle happening in the mortgage belt. It's a crisis for some and for others, a business opportunity.
We buy bargains for our clients. We have set limits for when we go to auction. If they go under that limit at auction, we buy them for our clients. If they go over that limit, we just walk away from it because there's always another deal.
Paul Giesekamp has developed his company, Property Secrets, to take advantage of some of the housing bargains out there. Many of the houses he buys for his clients are forced sales or bank foreclosures.
So when we buy a property under value, and that means that we can spend a bit of money on it. We don't do a $1,000 makeover, we do a proper makeover of about $35,000 to $45,000. We revalue the property and then we use that equity and we duplicate again and again, depending on the client's start-off point.
Now, it's not everybody's idea of a dream home. In fact, it's butt ugly. But as an investment property, it could be pure gold, because this place sold back in 2004 for $280,000. Last December, Property Secrets snapped it up for $180,000. So someone's made a $100,000 loss in that short time. Property Secrets, after their renovations complete, stand to make a big profit.
So, is he a sharp businessman, or as the Australian newspaper suggested this morning, something akin to a vulture?
We are not vultures. We attend auctions like everyone else. We're just professional property investors. I've worked 5 years to actually make this system right. I've been investing since I was 19. So to be called a vulture is not right.
Some people call them vultures, but ultimately you or I could do the same thing, and that is take advantage of people's misfortune and try and pick up a cheap property. There's nothing wrong with that. That's how people have made money from property for years and years.
Nine's finance editor Ross Greenwood reckons the company is just using natural market forces.
The great Australian dream of owning a home for these people was a nightmare because they simply borrowed money that they couldn't afford at the wrong time.
Whether the methodology of buying properties in our weakest markets is actually going to work, I'm not so sure.
Michael McNamara of Australian Property Monitors is worried the Property Secrets system just may not work in the current market.
They're cheaper for a reason. Many of these properties have no prospect of any growth.
Which is bad news for intending investors, as well as those hanging grimly onto their homes, hoping the bank won't step in and turf them out.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking of moving out and letting the place and moving back to my parents. It's cheaper. I mean, it's ridiculous.
But the sad reality is that forced sales and foreclosures are becoming commonplace, creating ever greater opportunities for companies like Property Secrets.
Well, ultimately, for many of these people, it will work. And the reason is because the banks don't want to hold these properties. They will sell to the highest bidder. You are taking advantage of somebody else's misfortune, but it could be your future fortune you're creating.
The squeeze is on. Howard Gibbs there.